Finally up early before the sun comes up. We actually beat the sun this morning. The dogs are just now starting around. Missy's staring at Storm. If you listen closely, you'll hear some chickens in the back. You never hear chickens in the back. They're literal chickens, roosters. Rain, let her poop in peace, bruh. Like, I don't know why my dogs love to go around and try to assert dominance through pooping and peeing on each other's poop and pee. Like, you should watch them in the mornings. When Storm usually the first one tries to go pee, she wants to go and mark her pee or poop. It's all dominance, right? So they go around to each other's poop and pee and just look, look at her. She just couldn't help herself. He does the same thing. Maybe that's the reason why he runs off and goes pees and poops way in the corner over there. 'Cause look, it's just like a dominance pee and poop fest this morning. Like everybody is going around pooping and peeing on top of each other. Not each other, but each other's poop and pee. And she's like on watch. She's like, I need to find out where people are pooping. Look, watch. Okay, she's pooping, right? Watch. She gonna make her way over there because she gotta go mark it. My goodness, can't y'all just play like normal dogs? Why is this a pee and poop fest? I mean, come on, man. There she is. Now watch. She'll go right over there, find where she pooped at, smell it, and then she's gonna try to mark it. There it is. These dogs, man, they are just something else. This is every day, y'all. This is not just like, oh, I'm feeling kind of extra dominant today. No, this is like every single day these dogs are right here. Looking for each other to poop, looking to dominate each other. Can you imagine if humans did that? Walking around each other, waiting for each other to poop and pee. Can you imagine that? Oh, he saw something. He's off. He's running off, y'all. Oh man, he's over there with the neighbors. And could you imagine that? Every time your homeboy has to go pee, you run over there and try to pee on top of it. when your when your friend has to go poop, you're like, well, I'm gonna follow you into the bathroom. Inconspicuously, I'm gonna follow you in the bathroom. And then, you uh-oh, don't you go. You're not going playing with the neighbors. And then try to catch them when they don't flush the toilet and poop on top of it. Yeah, dominance. Munera Yosef says, wow. Yeah, that's the thing they do. Munera, that's a form of dominance where now for them, they're obviously pooping and peeing outside. So for their scent to be on top of the other dog's scent outside is truly a dominance play. You know, it's like, yeah. Rowana, how's it going? Nope. Missy, you stay here. She's over here. Wants to join the party. So I'm gonna let him. I'm gonna let him watch them play over there. He's watching the neighbor play. But Yvette, hey, how's it going? She's watching, but she's watching from a distance, which I appreciate. That's been one of my challenges. Is with my dogs lately is I've been trying to get my dogs to be less reactive to our neighbors. They start barking this big, huge barking fest. And pooping on top of each other's poop. You know what I mean? I'd rather them do the quiet dominance poop game than wake up the entire neighborhood with with barking and stuff like that. Because you know how it is. I mean, I think about it like this. If I don't want my neighbor's dog barking at me and waking me up in the middle of the night, I need to do the same for my neighbors. I, sometimes people get all, when it's their dog doing all the barking, they're like, well, it's just being a dog. And then whenever the neighbor's dog is acting up, oh my God, I can't stand that dog. They just bark all night long. You know what I'm saying? It's up early. So, I try to be cognizant of that and try to put myself in my, if dogs are being too, there you go, duck. You know she's not very far when you're on. Say good morning to duck. Say good morning, duck. Say. What's the dog doing? EVR draws. Well, I've got one. This dog was interested in a neighbor, or so Rain. He was watching them play. Now he's shaking his head. And then Storm was watching from a distance. She knows that I don't really allow them to go over there. So Storms tries to be nice. I'm not sure why he's jumping. So I don't let my dog. See, she wants to go run with them. So what we'll do in a minute, we'll probably play the water hose game and then let them get some exercise. Ducks, Duck says Missy is such a silly little dog. Oh man, those are some good dogs you got there, man. Appreciate you, EBR. Rain is jumping for no reason. I respect your random act of kindness. Act, random act of randomness, not kindness. My brain took over that one, but you said your random act of randomness. Yeah, I try to stop my dogs from jumping on me when they jump up. I don't think that's and he's the one that kind of does all the jumping, believe it or not. Oh, the only time, the only time she kind of jumps at me is when she wants to go eat some groceries out of the refrigerator. Right, Duck? Hey, Dark Justice. Is that from Japan? Very cool. Yeah, they finally woke up. Now they're ready to do their thing. Nope, nope. Hey, Stormy. Well, stop her from biting the neck sometimes, just to keep. Well, Missy too. See, Missy has to jump in and says, "Y'all cut it out. I want to eat." Missy's just watching them going like they're really big. Food, please. Exactly, Duck. No, so Missy is monitoring, making sure she's doing the same thing I'm doing, saying, "All right, y'all can play, but the moment y'all get out of line, I'm stepping in." Yeah. Well, Yvette, the person who's doing all the noises is, I say person, but the dog that's doing all the noises is Storm. She's doing all the vocals for you. He's just like a little kid. I mean, he's just like, "Want to play, want to play, want to play, want to play," And then she's just like, "Yeah, but I'm gonna show you I'm the boss." And then Missy's just like, "Well, okay, see you in a minute, Duck." And Storm is kind of like, "Hey, we can play, but I'm gonna let you know." Oh, they're eyeing each other from the pool. Look, he's looking over there, and she's looking. Okay, so I guess it's stopped. That usually means that they're gonna take a lap around the yard, but they lost eye contact. He worked himself a thirst. Boy, he's over there drinking water. I believe is on an adventure. Usually Missy goes off on a little adventure and just roams the yard back here by herself after they calm down. If she's regulated everything and everybody's cool, Missy's like, all right, I got to take my stroll for for the morning. So, but Missy's always been that way. I will tell you, ever since we've had her, she loves to. She was kind of one of those dogs that will actually break out of the backyard and go strolling in the neighborhood. Not Storm. I'm showing you Storm, but I'm talking about Missy. Where's she at? Oh, she's over here. Let's go over here and see what Missy's doing. Hopefully, I still have internet over here. There she is over there. But Missy will get out. She used to. She's kind of older now. She probably doesn't do it anymore. But she used to. This dog used to get out of the house, and she no. Or she, what she does is like she will never leave if you're standing by or if you're close by. She will never leave the house. Right? She'll keep right there by you. As long as you have your eyes on her, she does the right thing. But we didn't have. We had a couple some houses before, but we didn't have any fence set up. So the moment that she thought you weren't paying attention, she would inch her way. This little girl here, she would inch her way. I have a feeling Missy is the boss. She is definitely the boss, Yvette. But she would inch her way further and further and further away from you, right? Until she felt like, oh my God, they're not paying attention. I'm gone. Homegirl would run off down the neighborhood, sniffing everything, and we'd be looking for Missy. Missy, where you at? Missy, where you at? And then when we don't see her around the house, we knew exactly what happened. We know that she's on an adventure in the neighborhood. And how many times had we go? It's almost like a kid going to jail. We had to go pick her up. Where's she at? Oh, she was hiding behind there. We had to go pick her up. She'll be sniffing in the neighbor's yard, 4 or 5 houses down. I mean, she scared us a couple times, y'all, where she was gone for a while. And we're like, what happened to our dog? So this guy here, he's pretty much, he's a homebody. He ain't going anywhere. Him and Storm and Rain, these big dogs, man, they don't go anywhere. I think I've left the gate open once or twice and was mortified. Oh my God, I left the gate open, my dog, oh my God. And they're just sitting out here in the backyard waiting, waiting for me to come outside. The only one that likes to run off is Missy. And she's been around for almost 4 years now. She's never ran off. Never. Never ran off. Yvette says, okay, no, I already read the comment. Oh no, Yvette says he's beautiful. Thank you. Are you talking about the Connie Corso or are you talking about Storm? Corey Johnson, do you wipe front the... What do you mean, Corey? Are you being funny? Oh, he found the ball, y'all. It's cool you have a nice backyard for them. Thank you. Oh, the Corso. Thank you. Yeah, he's a youngster. You can see how he's almost acting like a little puppy, playing with the ball. He's throwing the ball to himself and running after it. Yeah. Oh, you got that look back. Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. Really should take him for a walk this morning because it's so early and it's nice weather. Oh man, he's so happy. Look at him. We bought some Super Chat toys for them yesterday, so they're still out in the yard. I didn't pick them up yesterday. So yesterday we went and bought them both this big rope ball here, which they've already started playing with it. I mean, it's already gotten dirty. I don't think she's interested. You interested? You want it? She wants me to throw it. Uh oh, I started the game. It's a football game. Yeah, so I thought it was a good purchase. You know, I really appreciate everybody for donating to them, and we've got enough money where we were able to buy some cool toys. You know, but I buy them toys regardless. But I just want everybody to see that, you know, where the super chats go to. They go to their toys. Squeaky squeaky squeak. Look at him. That's one thing I like about having two dogs. For a while we only had Missy and Storm, and I think they have a better quality of life when they have two big ones to play with each other. Let me see. I've got to clear my throat. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I had to clear my throat. Threshold moment said it's weird. The emasculation has to extend to dogs, and I'm talking about her comment. Oh, I'm missing it. The emasculation. What do you mean? I missed that. Stumpy, are you talking about Missy being the boss? Because that's exactly the truth. Missy is definitely alpha of the pack. These two, and it has to be that way. People that have watched me, they've heard me talk about how that the little dog has to assert her authority, because if not, these two big dogs will actually trample and or kill. There's been instances, guys, where the bigger dogs didn't respect the little dogs and they kill them. It's a dangerous. These things can be dangerous if they're not trained appropriately. And so Missy knows that. She's like I said, Missy is like almost 13 years old, and that's her mission. Stumpy says dogs are cool. Thank you. And puppies, you have to. They know they have to assert a dominance over the big ones early, and so when you bring your big dogs home early as puppies, usually the older dogs go ahead and establish themselves as their superior, their alpha. And it's not just because they're just bossy little dogs. It's like they realize that these monsters are going to be much bigger than me, so I have to psychologically be their alpha. So they respect me when they walk by. They respect me whenever we play. That respect is crucial to their survival. It's okay if you missed it. It's in reference to a comment made earlier. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what that comment was. So Stump says, I don't want to lose my other hand. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and the same thing for humans. You have to teach them respect because, if they decide to bite you, you got to be ready for not to defend yourself, but you need to be ready to teach them not to bite you. Teach them that you are the alpha and they can't do that. So you kind of beat it before it, before it comes your way, I guess. William, what's going on? How are you? I'm in Texas, man. This is Texas. Woo! I got dog guess. Woo! Jr. Pagey. What does that mean? WG? JRPG? Not sure what you mean by that. North Carolina here. What's up? NC? I think that's North Carolina, right? Right? If I lose my other hand, then I have to change my lifestyle. Yeah, you'd have to change a lot about yourself if you're losing your limbs from your dogs and stuff. But yeah, so between the two though, he's the most gentle. When I give him a treat or something, he's really gentle with it. He'll barely take it out of my hand. This girl, I have to remind her every time. Listen, you better take it out of my hand gently, and she'll do it. I have to remind her. So threshold moment says the King Corso has been neutered. What good is it? The good is that he has less testosterone. Okay, so in our case, if you caught the very beginning of the stream, I was talking about dominance and how they use each other's poop and pee as mean to dominate each other. So when one dog poops, the other one goes behind it and poop on top of it or pees on top of the poop as a show of dominance. But he was being super dominant. Like he was getting really out of control, and he was marking inside the house, doing a lot of things like that, behaviors that we were kind of like, well, maybe he could drop those behaviors if he didn't have so much testosterone running through his veins. And so that's the option that we went, just to try to keep him a little more calm, a little less dominant, you know. And even still, he still does his thing. Um, Nilt Diaz, uh, Jersey in the house. Cool dogs. Thank you. Appreciate you. William, you train dogs? Yes, UNC is at University of North Carolina. Okay. No, I don't train dogs. I just train my dogs for me being at home. So that's my little claim to fame here on this channel. Is this, not a dog trainer, but this is what I got to do to make sure my house is safe, make sure everybody's happy, and have well-adjusted family and dogs. So as just a lay person, because you know how it is, people get these big dogs and they're like, man, I ain't going to no training school. So you have to but there are things you have to know about these dogs. You have to know, and if you don't get that information, you're in a world of hurt, bro. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, these dogs can be dangerous. They're not. My dogs aren't because I put a lot. Well, I take that back. I've made sure that as much as I could do for my family to be safe around them, I've done that. Now, there's still things I'm still learning, but there's things you gotta know, bro. You gotta know about dominance. If you've been on my channel long enough, you gotta know that you have to maintain that authority. If not, these dogs will take the authority away from you. If they don't clearly see you as alpha, then they will step up and be alpha. And the last thing you need is a 130-pound Connie Corso, 115-pound Rottweiler telling you to get your butt off the couch. You know what I mean? William says, oh, no, no, this is Note D. It says, smash the button, guys. Oh, cool. Thank you for saying that. Yvette, I did. Okay. William, kind, what kind of dogs is he a Connie Corso? Yes, he's a Connie Corso and a Rottweiler. And then threshold moment, good old curly tail. Stumpy, I have a beautiful. Oh, Stumpy, you have a beautiful home, or okay? The threshold moment says I live in a hole in the ground under a rock. That sounds kind of like a SpongeBob intro. William, you live in a bad neighborhood? No, 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 I don't. It's great. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? People here, we're kind of somewhat in the country-ish area. Somebody says I'm a window cleaner. Oh, well, dude, I wish you were out here, man, because my windows need some help, bro. Sajidas says, wow, nice dogs. I'm from Ireland, and where you're from. Sigitas, how you say your name? Sigitas or Sajidas? We are in Texas. I was teasing earlier. There's a Beyonce song says this ain't Texas, but we are in Texas, so I say this is Texas. Woo! Threshold of define bad neighborhood. Good question. William says, you ever heard of Presa Canario? Yes, I have. They are some big dogs, yo. I shit you. Shit you's back. What's up, man? We had fun last time you were on, man. Threshold moment, define bad. He's still trying to get a definition of bad neighborhood. Lucas says, I am from Sweden? Are you Swiss? Lucas? Are you in Sweden? Alexander, what's going on? It says cute. William, lots of crime daily, bad neighborhood. Okay, so y'all defining bad neighborhoods. I don't know if he's saying that threshold moment. I'm not sure if he's using race or anything like that. Just in general. Stumpy, I'm trying to prevent fights, guys. Stumpy says I live in Australia. Cool. I've had a couple people come in from Australia. Yvette says, if you know, you're in a bad. Okay, y'all are talking about bad neighborhood. Well, Williams, I have a press for 10 years. Ooh, so you know what it is like to have. You know what it's like having a big dog, and so you probably can vouch for me when I talk about dominance, right? You have to have that Swiss German. Okay, I never been there. Threshold moment says if you know what. Okay, so you guys are still working up on this whole bad neighborhood. So what's my opinion on it? I'll share my opinion about it. It's a real thing. If you live in a neighborhood where the crime rates are high, they have statistics here in America. If you are not from here or not used to that, we have crime statistics about neighborhoods. Okay, so when the rates are higher from one neighborhood versus the other. And so a lot of people that can make it out make it out, do make it out because they are trying to avoid having people coming in and breaking. That's one thing why I like living out here where we are, is the crime rate is very, very low. Does it still happen? Of course. But the likelihood, and of course, when you live in a more concentrated area, so we're close to big cities like Austin and San Antonio. And so in the city, there's so many people. You're going to have so many people struggling, so many people, and poverty is really my opinion, poverty is the root of, people say money's the root of all evil. I think poverty is the root of all evil because when your back is against the wall, you do whatever, right? When your baby's crying, when your wife is looking at you, or when your, husband, whatever, poverty. So I'm just gonna put that's my opinion on that. Since we were talking about bad neighborhoods, I missed Randy's comments. He had a couple Bible verses, I guess he was trying to share with us. And then Yvette, this is not a bad neighborhood. No, mine is not. If you're all referring to mine, your dogs play respectfully. Yeah, sort of. I have to stay on top of him. Nilt. Threshold moment. I agree. He lives in the country. Yes, yes. See, look. I mean, you could tell, right? This ain't the city, and by design, right? You have a house way over there. I mean, we have some neighbors over there, so yeah, you could tell this is not. Um, I mean, okay, threshold moment. We're bringing race into this. Yes, sir. I'm a person of color. I'm a black dude, as they call me. However you want to call it. But I grew up in the country, so my family is from East Texas. Like we cowboys, right? You know what I'm saying? Like my family to this day still dress up like cowboys. we country, okay? We country. We got the cowboy hats and everything. Now we moved away when I was young. My mom moved away to to West Texas, and I really kind of dropped that culture. But my family's from the country, yo. So, we one of those black country families. You know what I mean? But that's more my childhood. I typically don't. I mean, I'll dress like that occasionally. We're still in Texas, okay? So it's appropriate to dress cowboy boots and hats, no matter what race you are. That's always appropriate. But since we're talking about race, yes, I'm a black guy. So William, I'm not using a race card. I'm not racist at all. I'm white and some of my best friends. Yeah, no, okay, William. Yeah, I'm not trying to call it. We're not saying. Oh, I'm hoping we're not calling each other racist. This show is stream is about my dogs obviously, and they don't see color at all. They care about whether or not you treat them right, you give them food, and you let them give it get to exercise. Can you pet Connie Corso's head for me? Ik, this is what you want. This is from Ik. He appreciates you. He say thank you, Ik. The next thing we'll do is try this. Okay. Oh, we're getting deep here, y'all. Jimmy says, "How old is that doggo?" Jimmy, he is almost 2 years old, yo. Randy said, "Yes, sir." I think I missed some things. Especially when someone speaks the truth about actual statistical crime and other things, he shouldn't not refer to them as racist. Yeah, no, I mean, statistics are without, you know, now if you bend statistics or you use statistics to make your argument be racist, yes, you can do that. But the statistics in and of themselves usually are not racist unless they have a racist way of collecting the data, and that can happen. People can um, use biased data to create a statistic that ends up being racist. So that does happen, and unfortunately, it happens more often than not. And when you live in, that's the problem. One of the problems with America is its history. We've had a history where things were kind of used. Like, I mean, you have people come from Africa, right? That they brought over. Some of the Africans were sold by other Africans. Some of them were stolen. Some of them were, however they got here. They got here. But when they got here, they used them as slaves. And the bad thing about slavery and using Africans is it becomes abundantly obvious who the slave is and who's not the slave. So there were other people that were slaves, y'all, right? There were people from Ireland and all these. They were slaves too. But the problem is that you have your skin color, your obvious look to you doesn't make you automatically a slave. But the African, you automatically are assumed, even if you're not a slave, you're assumed to be a slave. So what does that do to people's brains, right? We always say that their amygdala, the part your memory and emotion, that part in your brain. Well, every time you see someone black, in the 1800s, you assume a slave. You don't ever say, well, let me think about it for a second. Maybe they're not a slave. Maybe they're a free man. No, they were like, skin color was everything. So that was probably the worst thing in my mind about slavery. It wasn't so much that, you know, I guess that slavery kind of happened, which I think is evil. But I'm just saying the fact that the skin color got associated with slavery, and then now all of a sudden, it's just like in people's brains that color equals bad. You know, same thing with like people who worked out in the sun, right? They assumed if you have a darker skin tone, you worked out in the sun that you were poor, right? If you're light skinned, you means you're in the house means you probably are more you're richer. So those bias start happening really really quick if it's all about skin color. But anyways, so this country, I think that's what I was talking about. This country, unfortunately, has that past, and I still believe there's some vestiges of that. It's way better, guys. We love being here in America, you know, because of it's still a safe country. It's still a place where you can make things happen. Like I mean, I feel fortunate to be here. You know what I'm saying? Where I've got a nice property and my dogs are cool, you know. But there is just that history that we have to deal with, you know. And I know some people from other countries that are on this live stream probably are like either understand what I'm saying or maybe they don't understand. Like, wow, I never knew that. Okay, so I'm really behind in the comments. Threshold says don't get upset about the facts. Okay, can you pet? We did that. Oh brother, give it up for 2 seconds. Oh, brother, give it up for 2 seconds. Oh, what are y'all? You're all fussing at each other? Lele's facts about animals. Beautiful dogs. Ooh, Lele's, do you know some facts about my dogs, the Cane Corso and the Rottweiler, and maybe my little one over there? Lay on some facts. We like that. That dog is a loser if it just wants to play tug of war. Oh yeah, you're talking about just the size. Yeah, he's much bigger. So, but she holds her own, man. So I'm not. I wouldn't say that she's gonna lose it every time. I think their show is trolling. I don't know. I'm hard. I'm trying to figure that out. Actually, Yvette, X-Men being scared of black people is embarrassing. Be a man and be. Okay, so we're really gone into race. What major city do you live close to? William, Austin and San Antonio. I'm not throwing anything. He mentioned bad neighborhoods. Okay, yeah, he's black or white, whatever. We're all members of mankind. We are, Randy. That's correct. Threshold. Do you even know? I'm not black. Okay. Can I have a pat on the head? IK wants to pet all the dogs today. Let's say, do you want to pet the Rottweiler this time? Yeah, let's pet the Rottweiler. While she's while she's playing tug of war with the Cadi Corso with a small ball. Uh, Jimmy has a litter of Connie Corsos. Ooh, so you're a breeder, bro? That indicates a problem, bro. You can be black. I don't care. I want to talk about the dogs. Yeah, Yvette. Yvette wants to talk about the dogs. Okay. So this dude is well mannered, cool life. Thank you. No, appreciate you, Yvette. Yes, yes. Get back to the dogs, everybody. Black people are sick of it. Okay, I would take your. Oh man, ooh, y'all talk about taking each other's girls. Thanks for showing me the dogs. That last lady would not. Oh yeah, no, dude, I tried my. That's the whole point of the channel is I'm trying to, bridge the gap between you and my dogs. You guys want to know more about me. I try to be accessible. That's why I do live streams and not just all videos. I find more value in it because people ask questions, and if I know the answer, I'm trying my best um, to do what And if I can't, if I don't know it, I try to look it up and get a better answer for you, or direct you to someone who does know the answer. I know, Baby Yoda. He's probably gonna get a little bit bigger too, and she's fully grown, so she's not gonna grow anymore. But Baby Yoda was saying that he makes her look smaller. It's so weird how your perspective changes based on how big they grow, and of course you're watching them grow it day to day, so you don't really notice it. But one day you look up, you're like, dang, he's so much bigger than her. Uh, Jay Arden. Okay, so we're putting Trump stuff on here. When this live popped up, to me it looked like they were biting each other. I didn't notice the ball. Oh, okay, interesting. Uh, so threshold is all about Trump. And Jordan says they need their own ball. They do. They have their own ball, Jordan. It's just they prefer to do this all day long. They don't want they don't care. They'll have 50 balls around them, but as long as one of the other dogs has it, then they want to play the game. They want the struggle. How old are they? She's almost 4 and he's almost 2. Borbell's the strongest dog out there, 150, 200 pounds. Yes, baby Yoda. My wife actually was showing me some pictures of a barbell, an African barbell, I think that's how you say it. And they're just impressive animals. I think I answered the question, how old they are. Rottweilers are strong dogs. They are. Beautiful dogs. Thanks for showing them. Yeah, Jay Arden, anytime, you know, come on. Anytime I'm live, you're more than welcome to see them up close. You know, I don't mind letting you guys pet them virtually. Aldo, which one's faster? So he's pretty quick. She's fast on the like on the turns, whatever. When she's changing directions, she's a little bit better than. He's pretty quick too because he got those long legs. So if they're in a straight line, I don't think she can catch him. He's faster. But if you're talking about like catching a ball in midair, boom, or making a quick turn and turning back around back real fast, she's gonna be your person. She's super agile. Which one's okay? Both beautiful dogs. Thank you. Threshold, you're talking about politics. I'm trying to stay away as much from that as I can because that's a personal thing that doesn't really have anything to do with the dogs. Which one? Yeah. So I think I said the Honey Corso's. He'll be 2 months. He'll be 2 years next month. Sorry. And Duck is back. Took so long. I'm back though. You're back, Duck. Jan Richards. Both breeds are exceedingly intelligent, loyal, and great at guarding and protecting. Absolutely, that is what they're known for. I think I must be behind because I'm sure you heard the answer to how old the Cane Corso is. More Democrats said, baby Yoda, do you think a Cane Corso would take on a cougar? I don't know, baby Yoda. I'm sure that if it was, I'm sure he could take it down. You know, comparable to size. I mean, that guy's got a bite on him. So yes. Oh, thanks, Duck. Yeah, for sure. I'm happy. It's maybe the time, Duck, that I'm streaming is better than other times. That may be the reason why there's a little bit more people. So I have a boy Corso just like her. Oh yeah, no. So my Corso is a male as well. That's cool. Singleton 89, awesome. Threshold, yeah, we're still doing the Democrat stuff. If the Democrats got 4 more years, you would end up having to eat those dogs. No, Threshold, I don't see it like that. Sherry Wibbles, they are beautiful dogs. A says at least if anyone tries to break into the house, the burglar would be So if as long as you're not, if you come in with breaking my house, you're gonna have to face some teeth and some issues. So Yvette says they are lucky to have a field for a yard. Oh, thanks, Yvette. We made that was by design, right? When we chose this house, we wanted somewhere where they had places to run, and also Yvette, we had to do a lot of work to this yard because here where we are, it's a bunch of sand, and there are two other native things here that you get in sand. One is those sticker burrs, and so everything you see here is me having to bring in trucks and trucks of topsoil and and sod. So this is all sod, and unfortunately, the Texas heat is just brutal on this Bermuda sod. So yeah, we had to do a lot of work to make this good for the dogs to run around. So Joe says this is a puppy channel, not politics. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, Joe. And then Duck says hello again. Autocrat, see if you can outrun them. I have a video of that actually, where I try to outrun them, and I can't. You should breed them and have Corso Rottweilers. Can't do that. They're fixed. Jaden Richard says that's true. My 130-pound was an American Rottie, so taller and kept his puppy face. Your Rottie is a female. Yes, she's a female. She's gonna be smaller. Yes, that is true. He's gonna be bigger. Duck, I think. Oh, Duck, she's over there, way over there. She's just staying away. Uh, Damaj says never live with an animal that can kill you. Uh, you can if you were talking to about dogs that you can train, but I wouldn't recommend. I've seen people try to do this lion and tiger stuff. You know how they are on YouTube. They show these people living with tigers and lions and training them. I have no confidence that you could adequately train a lion to live with. CZ says amen. I'm behind the comments, so I'm not sure what we're amening though. It can't kill you if you have firearms on hand. So threshold, yes, I keep firearms. No eating dogs. Stop it. Duck says you're so behind. I know, Duck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Should I just skip the comments and just kind of go? Okay, let me go faster. Must go faster. Must go faster. It was a joke. Dogs can't vote. K John. Sorry. Sometimes you aren't sure. It isn't to walk a Rottweiler. How isn't it hard to walk a Rottweiler? No, but and I have several videos where I show me walking them, and I have to use a prong collar. Um, right now, I have to use a prong collar when I walk them, just so I can. Most of the time it's very very loose, but in the moment that they want to take off, and oh, he's got the zoomies, y'all. No politics. Okay, it's difficult to train. No, I mean you just got to put in the time, Jan. It's all about how much time you're willing to put in there, and you got to do it daily. Dogs that are smart are based in logic, and okay, we're still doing politics. Threshold. You behind in the comments. I know, I know. Okay, look, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip ahead just so I can stay in the now because people are complaining. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to skip. Threshold, hanging out in the garage and cans and trash cans. Okay, I have no idea what the conversation's about. Nalita, she's oh so cute. Pop Smoke. Can dogs have ADHD? I don't know about that. I'm sure. I'm sure dogs are more. Some dogs are more energetic than others. So they may feel like they have ADHD. Some dogs are really calm and cool. Yvette says ignore threshold. Well, threshold is just like he goes between making comments and then also making political comments. I think he wants to have a political conversation. I wish I had a station about politics so we can talk about that, but I'm not prepared for that this morning. Peter Sanderson says love the Roddy. Awesome. Yvette says Missy Cola. What breeds? Cane Corso and Rottweiler, and then a mixed dog. All right. Damage. All the only thing they want. Hanging out in the garden. Can dogs have ADHD? Cats too. Do your dogs know how to use firearms? Damage. They do not know how to use firearms. Uh, so Baby Yoda talks about lions can be raised as cubs. I don't trust them. I'm telling you, Baby Yoda. I'm not. I'm not down for that. Go back to the front. You love Connie Corso Cola. Cool. Jordan says, do the little dog play with the big dogs? Kind of. She kind of plays with him, but doesn't really get too involved because she's so much smaller. She could get hurt. So she'll bark at him and run around, and they'll do a little bit, but that's about as much as they'll do. Peter Sanderson's had a Rottie just like that. Cool. Yeah, man, that's the thing with Rottweilers. You can tell when you got a Rottweiler in hand, they have the characteristic look and that characteristic walk and everything. Firearms can be mounted on top of the robotic dogs. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that's possible, but Damage, I believe that living with humans for thousands of years is making dogs' brain evolve. Ooh, you talk about evolution. Y'all know how much I like to talk about that stuff. Uh, so yeah, I believe that's true. I think that they've kind of evolved around us long enough to depend on us. It's almost like a not quite parasitic relationship, or more like a commensal, where we help each other out. They've protected us, and we fed them, and they've learned to live off of our success as a evolved species. Baby Yoda wants to press a canario. Roger Sewell, how are you? I'm looking for a Roddy pup. I don't know anybody, right? I don't know, or if you're in the States or if you're in Texas, but I'm sure there are a lot of Roddy places. Like I'm trying to think of the guy out of oh, is he out of Houston? He has all those Roddies. Oh man, I need to get his information for you because that guy has awesome Roddies. I'll get it for you later. Hey, thanks Yvette. I appreciate you for subbing. I appreciate you for coming on too. And I'll tell Yvette says bye everybody. Tell her bye. Say bye Yvette. Cola likes the King Corsos. What is his color? So he is a brindle color. See how it's kind of a mixed color there? Yes, he's kind of a gray, brindle, brown gray brindle. Yeah, very cool color, like almost like a tiger. And His mask is kind of a gray facial mask, very smooth skin or fur on his face, a little more coarse on his back. Duck is back. Yes, Missy's here for you. Come say hi to Duck. Hey, Duck. Say I missed you. Is it kind of corso male or female? It's a male. And Missy, Duck says hi. She says hi back. Yeah, my Rottweiler's over there perched up. Let's see if I can go back to some of the comments I skipped. Rogers from Alabama. Symbiotic relationship. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. Yes, you got it. We depend on each other. It's symbiotic, and we help each other's survival. Uh, so Baby Yoda was wondering, have I seen anybody know how to control an attacking dog? That there's a technique where you grab the dog by the side of the mouth of the cheek with the thumb on each side. Ooh, I've never seen that, Baby Yoda. That is something different. That sounds like some Caesar Milan type stuff. Thank you, Jan. Jan, I'm just now getting to your comment. You says you're obviously an amazing pet papa. Thank you so much. It's always so nice to see someone that is knowledgeable in their pets. You have had them fixed. Thank you. More than the perfect area for them to run. Thank you so much, Jan Richards. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't get to your comment. I was trying my best to catch up, and I got behind. And so Michael Harris, I got a Cunny Corso. Really? How old is it? And then Duck says, that green baby. What does that mean? the Jan says, the more you put into the dog, the greater the return. Absolutely. That's exactly what my point with people are always asking, is it hard to train them? And I'm like, first, I mean, they've been known to be fairly easy to train as a species, or as a breed. Um, easier, but everything's relative, right? It's relative to what kind of dog you have, the genetics, and how they're, it's and how much time you spend on it. And I think that's the biggest factor. Are you willing to put in the time? And if the answer is no, then no, get one, please don't. IK, who eats more, the Connie Corso or the Rottweiler? Him, hands down. This boy eats his food and will eat anybody else's food available. But he's also kind of still growing too, so she's kind of settled in, and the Rottweiler, and she just eats what she needs, and then she stops. Yes, bite force is pretty heavy on that Connie Corso threshold. And then Duck says we have Baby Yoda in the chat. Okay, that's what you mean. Green by the green. I got you. Connie Corso has a very powerful neck to mention bite force. Yes, for sure. Talking about the Baby Yoda, that green baby. Gotcha. Um, who eats more, Missy? Oh, you know what? I should have said that. That was the correct answer. The little dog Missy is all about the. See, when you mentioned groceries, she's ready to eat. She's already ready. Missy is a food inhaler. She is. Damaj says, well-trained dogs are faithful, loyal, and protective until they aren't. Then it's too late. Well, Damaj, I will say that's. Hey, I'm getting ready to stop her because I don't like her. I don't mind her. I mean, her go-to is always the neck, but I don't want her seriously try to pierce his neck or take a chunk out of it. So I have to jump in. But but when you say it's too late, what I hear is you stop training your dog, and when you stop doing those things that it takes to make them good adjusted dogs, then things can go wrong. But they are supercharged right now. Let's go see him. But Missy's about to jump in, y'all. She's about to break up the fight. She's like, "That's enough, guys. That's enough." And that's what an alpha does right there. She says, "I'm controlling this situation." The, are they in the swimming? Yeah, they do jump in the swimming pool, but I regulate that though. So, and the reason why is because if we're in the pool and they jump in, they will take over. So I make them wait until I'm ready for them to jump in, and then when I give them some time to swim with us. But if not, there those claws, oof, man, it's not fun. I mean, it's not a huge pool to begin with, but my goodness, when she jumps in, she loves to swim. He doesn't really like to swim that much. He'll hang out on the ledge, and I discourage them from jumping in when I'm not here. Which I know is how do you do that? Well, I don't know. They don't seem to care too much when I'm not here. Um, I have 11-year-old lab now, and he would eat until his tummy popped. Back in the earth, looking for crumbs. I think I also, if you're just talking about kibble, typically my dogs don't really overeat kibble. That they're like, yeah, it's good, I'll eat it, whatever. But they don't overeat it. But if I give them something else with like some meat or something in it, oh man, I can totally see them overeating and just going crazy. Um, yeah, exactly, Duck. I'm the alpha. I'm the leader. I'm the one to trust. Exactly. Oh man. All right. FGUHV Pitbull. No, nope, nope. The Cane Corso and Rottweiler. Tiffany C. What's the main difference between an American Pitbull versus a Corso? Whoo, good question. So Tiffany C. I always defer the Pitbull questions because I don't know anything about pit bulls. um, I have a cousin who breeds pocket bullies and has much more information on pit bulls. And my goal was to have him on this weekend, but I couldn't get him. He's a busy man. He's a busy dude. But my goal is to have him stream with me and hopefully answer a lot of those questions. And that was one of my goals was to talk about the differences. Because I can talk, about the Cane Corso, the Rottweiler, and as a breeder. Now I'm not a breeder. Okay, so I do this just because I like to, and whatever time I have to think about these dogs, I talk about them or research them. But he does this, part of his job is to, oh my goodness, my dogs tore up my cushion. I noticed that. Look at that. Somebody got a hold of my cushion. It's probably him. Jan. Oh, the other thing, Tiffany, we have it's not a parent station, but the person who inspired me to get a Cane Corso is my coworker, and she is. Let me go find my dogs. She is has a station of her own called Ozzy the Cane Corso, and she has a pit bull with her. I think it's an two American. I think she has two American pit bulls, and so if you go over to her channel and check her out, she could probably answer that question for you. Missy is too cute. It always makes me laugh. The little one's just a big boss. Yeah, Damage. When people walk their dogs by me, they say the dog won't bite, and I'll tell them my gun is on her. Yeah, I mean, Missy is tiny and mighty. Duck. Does Cane Corso like to swim? So no, IK he does not like to swim. I don't know if it's my Cane Corso, if that's all Cane Corsos, but I know he's not a fan of swimming. Two different dogs, said Jan. Although how much they eat at once? Quite a bit. I usually give him 3 cups, and usually that's enough for him to leave some in the bowl. And Duck says not really. Rain, yes. Aldo, do they eat rice and raw meat? So Aldo, that is a topic that is very frequently talked about, or at least comes up on the station, and that's one thing I am wanting to embark on is adding some raw. But raw is just expensive for me, and that's all it is. And I already spent a grip on their kibble. So Tiffany says I have a blue and a pit bull, and she's so smart, gentle, very protective of the family, and won't bite unless you break into my house. That's one thing I do know is that they can be wonderful dogs. People always give them bad raps, but they can be amazing dogs. That cushion was fun and yeah, exactly, Chan. They're appreciating all the wonderful things that they can bite and chew on, including my my chairs. Next live barbecue, that would be cool. We have a little cookout back here. Yeah, my dogs will love that, especially if they got some meat. Practice for their throats. Ooh, that cushion was yummies. Anyway, can I have more food, Dad? Exactly. Tiffany says no. I own a pit bull. Is the one in the picture of my profile. Was just curious about the controversial behavior. What do you mean by behaviors? Like in terms of if they're willing to bite, like you mentioned. I think I socialize him. So I think if you're able to socialize your dog, bring them around other people, let them know that you don't just bite random people just because. I think they learn their lesson, and so he does wonderful. When I take him to Lowe's or whatever, he does great. Now the only problem I've had with him is if he's territorial at his own home, and that's when we've run into issues. So I've had to work on that issue. She's better with that, I think. What's up, big girl? What you doing over here? You found something to sniff on? Duck is laughing. Jan says, not only the kibble, but heartworm meds, vaccines, etc. Expensive proper care is a lot of finance. Absolutely, Jan. Socialization is so important. Yes, Jan is bringing up some very good points here, y'all. So, in case you're wondering, it's not just the food cost for my dogs. They have to go to the vet for their vaccines, for their any procedures, because you can't just have dogs and they never need to go to the vet. I mean, they have to go to the vet, whether it's some weird injury they get out here, whether it's some I don't know if they need procedures, for neutering and spade, for nails. There's always going to be some expense. There's going to be some need to take your dog into the vet, and that costs money. And we go above and beyond. So we have, while we're at work all day, we actually hire somebody to come in to check them out, and she's actually a technician. So she's been working around pets a while. She's a major asset, but that is expensive, guys. You know, the toys. We are very appreciative of the super chats, but I spend, a lot of money on my own just buying toys every week. My wife always picking up toys. So you can imagine, and those things aren't cheap, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. One toy on the cheap side would be $5 US dollars. On the average, I'd say about $8 to $9 per toy, and I at least have to have three toys, so they all three have something. So you're talking about $30 minimum a week that we spend on toys. Okay, so you can imagine. Um, Drax, man, what's going on? Duck says our old family dog called Dixie always ran over to us when we see new dogs. She was hilarious when she sees the new dogs. Okay, yeah, that's cool. They recognize dog, y'all. That's one of the things that I struggle too with. So it sounds like Duck had an okay time, but I'm more like I need you to not react to other dogs. I want them to be kind of calm. Look, but don't run over there. Don't start barking. Don't start pulling me. I want you to be cool. So that's what I'm working on with my dogs. Tiffany sees like are they smart dogs easily trained? Yeah, they are. So Tiffany, I mean it's repetition, but this guy he'll. I don't do enough like specific training with him, but they can be trained. As far as who's easier, she's a little bit easier only because she's older. But I think they're about the same and to some degree. They're about the same. They will learn whatever you teach them. But the question is how much time do you have to make sure that they got it? And are you willing to reinforce that training? Um, Damaj, is there a butcher shop close by? Maybe able to cut a good deal on some scraps. That's a good idea. I'm not sure if we have a butcher close by for that, but that is a good. I know we have a big HEB. Not sure how to get involved with that, but that'd be cool actually. That's a good thought. So Jan says her dog tore ACLs in his meniscus. One leg was $8,000. Oh my gosh. When Jan, whenever she got parvo, her and her brother both got parvo. At the end of the day, for the week and a half that she was inpatient, and the week that the brother was in hospital, that was I think it was $30,000 total, $30,000. So we maxed out our insurance policy. We did have insurance too, by the way, and so they only pay like 10,000 per dog. So we got $20,000 off of the $30,000 bill. Okay, that still leaves you with $10,000, right? So you can imagine how much money And we're fortunate, Jan. I'm telling you, we were so close to canceling that insurance policy. My wife was like, she was like, we were talking about bills, and we're like, you know what, maybe we should just get rid of the insurance policy. We spent all this money on these dogs for the insurance, and no, why should we do that? And so my wife's like, all right, I'll cancel it. So she put the mail in the door of her car to cancel it. She got busy at work, didn't think about it, and then boom, they got parvo, and and then they were hospitalized, and we were thinking, oh my god, we just canceled. And my wife says, oh no, I forgot to cancel. My wife forgot to cancel the insurance policy, and would you believe how happy I was that she forgot? Because man, I'm so happy that we didn't cancel because that was $10,000 off. I think without the insurance, that would have been really, really extremely tough. We'd probably still trying to pay it off right now. Your local fave, and back. What's going on? Your local fave, you are back. I remember you. Storm looks so silly. I like to see her brain is food, and duck. Tiffany, yeah, your Corso is beautiful. How much does it weigh? So Tiffany, he's about almost 130. He's a big boy. That's pretty affordable for tourists. Can be $20. Yeah, Jane. So you know what I'm talking about, Jane. I was just saying on average, your average toy is going to be about 8 or 9 bucks. But yeah, they can go up to $20 easily on one toy. Where are they tails? Yeah, so they're docked. Aldo, we talk about that a lot too. They both the dock both breeds tails. They dock both breeds tails. Yes. So Jan, I guess it's a style thing, but Connie Corsos sometimes have a little bit. They dock it a little bit longer, and then the Rottweiler they kind of have it a little closer. But again, that's a traditional style thing, which I don't think I'd do it again. Floral duck, dog recognized dog. Yeah, I'm really behind if I'm just not reading that comment. Where are they tails? Okay, those. Oh, I don't. That's a language I don't know. Consistency is key in training. That's correct. Oh my God. Oh, Jan, what did you say? Oh my God. See, I gotta stay in the now. That's what folks need to consider. Did the tails get eaten by Missy? I feel very protected from thieves, encouraged by having a Cane Corso. Yeah, I mean, if someone is breaking in the house, there's nothing like hearing a Cane Corso and a Rottweiler both go in unison, barking inside of a house. And most of inside my house, the ceilings are fairly tall. We don't have it's not super cluttered in there, so it resonates. You know what I mean? It's like a hallway, and they will shake the house. So if someone comes in and they hear that, oh man, I don't know that they would last 2 seconds. I think they're either out or they're going to be petrified. 10 grand. Welcome to the USA, I guess. Yeah. I don't know if you in the USA, Duck. Oh, they got docked. You're not behind anymore. I know. I know. I'm finally catching up, Duck. Juan Garcia is back. What's going on, Juan? Mocha. Aw, thank you, Mocha. Nope, not in the USA. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were USA. Did you tell me what country you're from, or are interested in revealing that, Duck? But yeah, 10 grand was the insurance policy, and they uh, that's the max that they would pay out for me, right? So I pay them every month, and they say, well, we'll pay any event per year up to $10,000 per year, and then it renews. You're from Egypt? No way! I didn't know that, Duck. That's awesome. Wow, I've got questions for you, Duck. What is it like in Egypt, man? I wish you had a live stream so I could ask you questions. Jump on your stream and ask, because I've always wanted to go to Egypt. That's just a life. That's a bucket list. I think my wife and I think once we retire, I'm gonna beg her, let's get some flights. We got to go see the pyramids. I mean, that's a thing in my life. It's gonna be a thing in my life. Oh, really? It's very humid up there. I didn't know that. I will say, just I don't want to get too off topic here, but I will say that there's this little nagging little thing here in America where we oftentimes bring out the point about Egypt being in Africa because there seems to be this idea that maybe, a lot of it has to do with religion and stuff like that, but people want to separate Egypt from Africa. And I'm like, no, Egypt is a part of Africa. You know what I'm saying? And my suspicion is that religion has a certain direction it's always been, and so if things kind of don't gel with the religion, they change history and they change geography based on those things. And so when you say that a lot of things in Egypt and you don't show people that would exist in Egypt, or then it becomes an issue. So anyway, Egypt is part of Africa, and I do realize that the people there, a lot of people there are Arabics, right? So man, Jan, I am so happy that my wife forgot the pet to cancel the pet. You don't understand how wonderful that made me feel, because $10,000 was a lot of money to have to come up with. 10,000 bucks, and we still had a bill. Don't get me wrong, the bill was 30,000, right? So we got 10,000 per each dog, and there was still a $10,000 coverage. Now the bridging, the saving grace was, again, they were vaccinated. Okay, so just a heads up for people: if your dog is vaccinated for a particular disease, and you have proof from your vet, and that's the other thing we were talking about, having vets. Thank you, Aldo. Thank you for subscribing. You have proof. You can go to the company, the manufacturer of that company, and say, hey, my dog got the disease being vaccinated with your product, and they will help contribute to the medical costs. Okay. Yes, Jan, they would not have survived if they weren't hospitalized. Duck, where are you going to go? Pacific Ocean? No, it's a perception, Duck. Pyramids are boring. I suggest people seeing Aswan and Luxor. They're the best places for. Oh, I'm screenshot that, Duck. I'm screenshotting that because I will not forget that. Yeah, yeah. So with just heads up, if you do have your dogs are vaccinated and they end up getting the disease, the company, the manufacturer that makes that vaccine will help you contribute to the. Again, they have a cap. They only gave a certain amount of money. We still had a bill, but it's still better than nothing. Okay, because they should stand by their product, especially here in the states. That is a lot. Thank God they both survived. So, oh, I'm sorry. That's what I was commenting on. Jan, yes. Parvo kills dogs, by the way, and they were puppies then, right? That is that's a death sentence for your dog unless you take them into the vet. Again, that's another reason why you maybe have to take your dog to the vet. And Rottweilers are pretty susceptible to parvo. So just heads up. Yeah. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate you. Ask your friend, do it rain in Egypt? So Aldo wants to know if it rains in Egypt. Very little rain in Egypt, but there's still some rain. Only rains in winter though. Parvo sucks. Yeah. So Duck, I mean, that would probably be the one thing that stops me from wanting to live somewhere like Egypt is I like rain. I mean, I don't like Seattle type rain. So if I'm not sure if you're aware of Seattle. So Seattle is a city here in America that's known for having gloomy, rainy days, right? And never been to Seattle, but you hear about it. So I don't want that kind of weather, but I want the kind of weather where I don't have to spend $600 a month to keep my grass alive. That's what I'm talking about. And that's all for my dogs. I want my dogs to run around on some grass and not hurt themselves and get stickers everywhere. Um, wow, you guys is awesome people. Thank you, Aldo. I don't know. I guess you're talking about us. Duck says, there's AC here though?" Duck, I'm sure you guys have to have it, right? What's the average temperature in the summer there for y'all? I bet it's the same it is here. Based. This is a Rottweiler Connie Corso. Okay, so yeah, you're familiar with Seattle and all that rain. Seattle is rain, not have rain. Ruby, you're saying Seattle is rain and not have rain, so it's not. Don't have rain. It is rain. 48 degrees Celsius in India. Oh wow! So what is that in the in degrees Fahrenheit? You know, us Americans, we struggle. We use Celsius, so the average is between 40 and 42. Okay, so so it sounds like it's hotter in India, or certain parts of India. So y'all help me out with the conversion. Is it 2.2 times 40? So you're at like 80 times, so about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Robert Zendejas. Good morning, doggy. If I ever find myself in Texas, I'd love to visit. Aw, thanks, Ike. Ike. Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I should do that. I should have my metrics on hand every time I stream because I do have people that use metrics a lot, and I'm always struggling. uh, See, Robert, you're where I want to be at. Now, that's if you guys, we're talking about rainy weather and we're talking about nice temperatures. I am like so jealous of one place in the United States, and that is San Diego. San Diego is where it seems to the temperatures don't get too hot, don't get too cold. It rains enough. It sounds like heaven to me. It's just super expensive, man. I don't do conversions either. Jane says. Tiffany C says, "Can I see a closer look at your dog's face?" Sure. We'll start off with these two, since they're walking our direction. So here's Missy. Ew, that's for Duck. And then here's my Connie Corso sniffing her butt. Come here, boy. We want to see your face. Oh, he's not trying to be compliant. And then Stormy, come here, baby. Come here, Stormy. What you got on your face? You got some grass on you? Yeah. So there they are. 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh. No, thank you. We had 105 a couple days ago, and that's why a lot of my grass is burnt right now. Can't take that, man. I just can't take it. Robert says, "Awesome puppies, thank you." And then Ruby P says, "I loved India. I was in Amritsar. Never been to India. The weather's heated by the California sun. Yeah. Well, but okay. But isn't San Diego kind of one of those special places? Like you have mountains on the inland side and you have the ocean, and so it creates this weird little micro environment for you guys in San Diego. That's what I always thought." Duck says they're so beautiful. What? They look better than me. Oh, they look better than me too, Duck. Jan, awesome, pretty babies. Thank you. Knox swimming pools here in California are all heated by the California sun. Yeah, that's the thing, man. I'll tell you, it's the sun is actually rough on these pools. I just stopped in from going to go see the neighbors walking. The sun is rough on my pool. It will burn up the chlorine like in a day, like in hours, literally hours. It burns up my chlorine, and yeah. Debbie says they need a puppy. Aldo, do Seattle have a lot of deers? I don't know. Robert says yes, it is. Yes, sir. We got the mountains. That's what I thought. So San Diego is nice, but I love my Bay Area. Ooh, okay, okay. Your home and your puppies are so peaceful. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. It started to cool down here in San Diego in the morning, and nice and cool. Yeah, man. So actually, I had to drive to San Diego to pick him up, and from the breeder, and that I mean, I'm telling you, it was in January, and the grass was still green, and I was like, how is it grass green in January? you know, when we're in Texas, the grass is brown and dormant and all that good stuff, but it was still like green and growing. I'm like, geez, that would be awesome. Not true. Been a woman my entire life. Have always been a dog person. I love all animals, but dogs own my heart. I've had my own pet sitting company for years. Oh, not true. Okay, what were you saying? Not true about? I'll have to dip. All right, Duck. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate your presence is always appreciated. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Tiffany C. Thank you. They're all so cute. Thank you. The dogs will enjoy it over here in San Diego, but there's a lot of dog parks even by the beaches here in Colorado. Coronado Island. Okay, in La Jolla Oceanside in Chitas del Mar. Ooh, Aldo's in Cincinnati. So that's that. To me, you know what that sounds like? Aldo sounds like cold snow and very bad winters in Cincinnati. That's what I think about Cincinnati. Mel says, just came across your channel scrolling your beautiful dogs. All blessings to you. Thank you so much, Mel. Thanks for catching us on the scroll. Yeah, man, I come here on the weekends, on Saturday mornings, and show them while they're playing and talk about them, and let people interact with them and play with them if they can, virtually, of course, rub on them and that kind of stuff. Just make them accessible to you guys. To my experience, women are like cats more. Oh, is that what you were referring to? That about a girl says woman or cat people. Yeah, no, there's some women, man. Like if y'all go over to my friend's, she's my friend and my coworker. If you go to her station, man, she is a dog enthusiast, and I mean this. She has an awesome station, like 70. Oh no, she's about 80,000 subscribers. She's a big station. Like we aspire to be like her, but she inspired me to get a Connie Corso. Me and my wife. So her channel is called the Ozzy the Connie Corso. So please go check her out. She is a dog enthusiast. Not a, she, I think she's had a cat, but you can tell for her it's all about that Connie Corso and about the dogs. And she has a pit bull too. Um, she's by herself. I think she has family coming and everything. So I think for her that protection aspect is very important. So yeah, man, it's not always women are like cat people. Robert says I would not suggest going to Mexico. Did I miss a comment about going to Mexico? Oh, Robert says, and we also have Mexico to the south, but there's nothing there you can find in San Diego. I believe that. But here's the other thing too, Robert. I fantasize about living in Mexico, retiring and living in Mexico as well. And what I'm referring to is like Cancun area, like it's that also appeals to me. And the other thing is I love to speak Spanish. Not and I'm not great at it, but my wife too. We both like to you know we like to speak Spanish, and so we feel like living somewhere where we have more opportunities to do so. I think would be awesome. They do. Robert. They have plenty of room in the backyard to play. So, um, but Aldo, you got to get you a puppy. Beautiful. Thank you, Brenner Rio. Appreciate you. Arvid says RS Connie Corso. Yes, Connie Corso. But our mountains are awesome. Plenty of trails. Ooh, that sounds awesome. A few mountain lions. Ooh, that doesn't sound too good. Greetings from Alabama, Brenner. So, I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. So awesome, Alabama in the house. How tall are your voice? Says 5'10". How tall are your voice? Says 5'10". How tall are you? Your voice says 5'10". Base, can you explain that for me? Are your dogs American or are they Mexican? Either way, they're good looking dogs. There must be Mexican. My dogs are, I don't know. I don't know. It's a American style Rottweiler and then Italiano, Italian Mastiff. Thank you, Robert. How tall are you? Are you asking how tall am I based? Are you asking how tall am I? And you says my. Are you saying that my voice indicates that I'm 5'10" based? Can you clarify? Ruby says she's a cat person. I love other people's dogs, but I have a bearded dragon. Ooh, that's like a little lizard, huh? Which is the dogs. Which is the dogs of the lizard. Well, okay. Juniper says, of course you can. Yes. Um. Wow, based. You're spot on, bro. Spot on. Are you saying my voice indicated I was 5'10"? That is crazy. Oh no, don't do that. Why not? I speak Spanish all the time now that I think of it on Mexican. Yeah, I need to. But I mean, there's just so much about the language. I've spent a lot of time studying it in school. Here in America, guys, we're forced to take language. But when I grew up in grade school, like I'm from East Texas, but when my parents moved to West Texas when I was younger, and so there was a lot of Spanish speaking people there, and the food, the culture is very, 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 very strong there. So I grew up with having fond and beautiful memories of the Mexican culture, the food, and the language. And so I've always wanted to, and I learned a lot. I mean, I speak okay Spanish, but it's not to the level that I want to be at. So my wife and I both fantasize about living somewhere where Spanish is necessary to survive. Aldo says, yeah, he is. I meant by just by your voice, I think 5'10". Well, you guessed properly, man. Robert Zendias, I don't like the federal authorities down there. Kind of truck you have got over there is a Chevy. No, 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 it's a Toyota Tundra. And Base says, have you ever had an encounter with the cartel? Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. but oftentimes, I feel like the stereotypes or the things that you hear about a certain place typically are overdone, And I don't want to downplay the cartel or anything like that or the corruption with the cops. I do think that's a real thing. But I just feel like that's oftentimes more sensationalized when you're not in that environment. And I think the people that live there are like, yeah, it's there, but this is how we live our life and it doesn't affect us. That's my suspicion. Let me know if I'm right or wrong about that. Rottweiler looks like he's German. Actually, I had a discussion with somebody, and they were saying that the slender face looked more like the American style. So, and I could never pin down, you know, whether she's American. If your definition is that slender face, because they say that the Germans have the boxier face. Well, she has more of a Doberman kind of look to her. So I don't know. I have no idea if it's German or American style. Do you eat Skyline chili? What's that? Indian, as an Indian, I can confirm about the stereotypes taken. Oh, really? From as an Indian, do you mean like the country India, or do you mean like Native American Indian? I know plenty of people with the cartel. So Robert, yeah. So tell me, am I incorrect about that? Is it like that's a serious concern if I actually move to Mexico? Oh, the country. Okay. Wow. Slender face is an American, taller body too. Germans are shorter to the ground, square heads. Because here, so Jan, here's one thing that also confused me is that her brother was more like the boxier, shorter. Like her brother was shorter than she was. He had the boxier head. Had really was a beautiful dog, y'all. I wish that we could have saved him. Wish that he was here with us today. That boy was amazing, absolutely amazing. She's wonderful. I love her. She has my heart. But her brother was just would melt your heart kind of dog. Okay, but he had a more boxier head and had the more short, and he was shorter. Like so, could they be? Is it like they're brothers? They're literally brothers and sisters. Or how I couldn't. So how is that possible? Is it she's expressing more American style genes and he was expressing more, um, her brother was expressing more of the German style genes? I mean, I couldn't account for that. James says the chest is larger, is massively broad. How many walks does Connie Corso take per day? Uh, Look, IK, your dog will walk as much as you want him to. But I recommend you don't do too much walking. You know what I'm saying? I keep my walks within about 1 to 2 miles max because there's some heavy dogs, and last thing I need is them to have too much wear and tear on their joints. So I keep it low, once a day, and that's all they really need. They'll chill, for the rest of the day, or they'll come out and run around with each other. Jan says they could have half American, half German. Okay, maybe that's the how that happened. One expressed more genes than the other. Based, how do you deal with the death of your dogs? Cry. Based, dude, I cried, and I still grieve over him. I grieved. That was rough. That was rough. That took me in a dark place. Robert, you're absolutely right. It is a real thing. I would not want to take my loved ones down there, especially when my loved ones struggle to get this beautiful country I'm in now, San Diego, California. Okay, yeah, paradise on earth. I think so. I think I was my instincts were kind of correct about the San Diego thing. It's just super expensive, right? Can you spray? Because here in Texas, I mean, the prices are going up. I admit that inflation hit us too, but because I mean, even the house that we bought right in the middle of the pandemic, or right at the tail end of the pandemic, and I'm pretty sure that this same house and same everything would have been anywhere from, I'd say, fifty to $100,000 less than what we paid for. Can you spray water on them? I don't know if they want it. He doesn't like spraying water. She would love it. She would here. I'll see if I can get her to do it. Actually, let me see. Stormy, come here. There's rain. Now watch this. She's ready. See how she's ready? Hold on, let me get the right one. Ah. Oh man, hold on. This is what she loves to do, man. This is all about her. He ain't watching him. He'll kind of reach for it, barely, but she loves it. She is water loving. You just open up the world for her. I love to do that. Oh wow. Base is one with green eyes like cats. Love these pups. Oh, I know who that is. Hey, Tin. Oh, who's the most affectionate? Actually, Tin can probably help answer some questions too. Actually, she knows my dogs. Aldo says they want to play with the water hose. Yeah, exactly. She does. She doesn't, and he does. He'll bite at the water, but who's the oldest? She's the oldest, and she's the next oldest. She's about to be 4, and then he's about to be 2. Dude, nothing is worse than the loss of your pups. They're innocent and devoted, loyal, gave conditional love. Humans are capable of such devotion. So when they leave us, it's traumatic. It is absolutely traumatic. I mean, people know that my family saw me. I know my wife and my kids. We went to dinner that night, and excuse me, I gotta clear my throat again. Sorry about that, guys. It's early morning for me, but and my allergies are really bad for some reason. But we were trying to eat dinner, and I'm just sitting here bawling, crying. The waitress is like trying to get my order. I'm just like crying. I mean, it was rough. I mean, the it hit me hard whenever my son and I both took him to the vet to be cremated, and to see him on the back of that the bed of my truck, just like, oh man, I broke down, started crying. I mean, I know the vet people thought, man, this grown man crying right here in front. I was crying, y'all. That hurt so bad. But anyway, I don't want to go down that dark road right now. Same thing with my wife, and it's been hard on our family to lose him like that. She's cute with the water hose. Yeah, I'll probably do it more later on just to give her some more exercise because she loves it. Loves it. Britt Gardner says, I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, when you lose a one, it's just rough. It's rough. I don't watch UFC based. Yeah, no problem. Although I don't mind showing because she loves it. I thought it was a cool thing to show. I have a couple videos. I did one where I did that what you just saw with the water hose, and I turned it into like a video game, first person shooter, and I made it into a short video. So and at the end I go Call of Duty, go outside and play. You should check that video out. It's called realest FPS you've ever seen, and I have my dogs, and I have like machine gun sounds in the background, like with the water hose, and then they're just having a blast. Do they play with frisbee? Based, I don't. They don't catch frisbees. If I throw one, they'll run after it once it's fell to the ground, but they typically don't jump and catch the frisbee. And but I have to admit, I don't have one right now. The last time I had one, they chewed it up, and but that was probably years ago. So maybe I'll try to get pick one up. Once we get enough super chats, maybe I'll just go buy one and then see how they do with it. Hey, big girl, Storm, get out of the dirt. Come here. I'm just trying to keep my house clean, guys. Look at what she did, y'all. She got her face all dirty. Hey, 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 hey. I'm not sure what that's about. Oh. He's got a lot of energy. He should go for a walk, y'all. Look at that. Look at this, guys. He should go for a walk because he's got tons of energy. Look at him shaking his head. Hey, be careful with big dogs around you guys because they will take out your knees. They will take out your knees. Aldo, okay, I'm going to watch. Thanks. Yeah, I appreciate you, Aldo. Go, if you wouldn't mind watching it, I thought it was funny. We try to do that's one thing we do. I go between serious, where I talk about my dogs on the live stream, and I also try my best to do kind of the fun side with them. And so I'll do a lot of dramatized videos for shorts, and we just have fun, guys. So we just try to make it a fun channel with a lot of things because it's easy to get bored with people and their station. So we try to change it up enough to keep people interested. Britt says because men got to do so much. I'm from Hawaii, and men can be haimaki, haimaka. Oh, it's kind of nice to see men cry though. You're referring to seeing me. No, but Britt, it hurt. I'm telling you, those were genuine emotions. I could not stop crying even if I wanted to. That hurt me. What? Don't you go in that. Don't dig in the hole. She likes to dig holes too. And you guys know, I just talked about how much money I spent on putting sod and stuff. And so when they dig holes, usually she's digging for gophers. That was the other thing I didn't mention. Was nope, no digging. We have gophers out here, and so they're always trying to dig for the gophers. They never get them, guys. They never get the gopher, but they create massive crater holes in my yard trying to dig for them. But yeah, Britt, those were raw emotions. I There was nothing I can do about that, y'all. My heart broke. Jan Richard says those pups are living their very best life. God bless you for providing for that for them. I'll be honest. After having two dogs tear the ACLs, I don't play frisbee with them any longer. Ball is okay. Okay, so there's probably a good reason why they're not doing too much jumping around. Jan Richard says, "Oh, she thought you weren't watching, so went back to that." Yeah, I know exactly. They're trying to. I know their tricks. They're like, oh, he's good. He's not watching more. Let me go back digging. No. And then you saw him try to do the same thing. And I don't know why they particularly like that spot. This is not the third or fourth time I had to cover that hole up. I think what my suspicion is that maybe where the conversion of my irrigation is, and they probably hear the noise, and they keep trying to dig for it. So based, it's 8:55 a.m. around here. Britt Gardner, it's known. I'm Maka means you knows they look down. I don't mean nothing rude. Sorry, maybe different than words. Amaka means up nose. They look down. I don't mean. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Well, no. I'm just saying that. No, I didn't take any offense to that, Britt. I was just saying that, here in America there is that macho persona where men don't cry, whatever. And I'm like, there was nothing I can do. Whether I, I was hurt, man. I was hurt. I lost a family member that day, y'all. So that's why I was just conveying that. I'm not saying that you were being rude or anything like that, but it's just it is what it is. I just, hey Joey Jr., what's going on? Awesome, you're doing good. I've been watching since 9:03 today. So Aldo, I forgot where you are. You're in Cincinnati. So are you an hour ahead of us? So you've been watching for over an hour. Thanks so much, for Aldo, for staying on. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're having fun here, Joey. Can you solve calculus? Ooh, based. My based. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I did calculus in high school, and my major in college was biology, and I minored in chemistry. So calculus was a minor portion of my education. So I still have somewhat fear when it comes to calculus. Can I get back in there and learn it? I could, but man, I'm telling you that was not my forte. Now biology stuff like that, I could probably rock with you. Okay, so Jan, you're in Cincinnati as well. So yeah, it's a 1 hour difference. Although I think they said they were on for over an hour. But yeah, based if we're talking biology stuff like that, maybe I can, and honestly, like basic biology, I may have forgotten a lot about that stuff, because I don't, my field is actually in pathology, and so I know more about that than than just basic pathology. I mean, basic biology. Sorry. Yeah, he don't know about Skyline. What is Skyline chili, y'all? I'm sure that's some. Is that like a northerner's dish? Because I love hearing about like things that are very local to people. Like, why are my dogs? See this? They're getting in this dirt. Hey guys, Rain. I'm not interested in giving you a bath today, brother. Come here. Let's get out of the dirt. So what I'm gonna have to do, guys, I'm gonna have to fill this in with more dirt and put some sod on top of that because they're using this as an opportunity to get dirty. Spaghetti with chili sauce. I could get with that actually. I mean, I see you saying yuck, I see shock, but I think I can get with that. So let me tell you what I like on my spaghetti: Louisiana hot sauce. I don't know if that's an East Texas thing or if it's a Southern thing, but I like that. I want to douse it with that hot sauce, y'all. Hot sauce on my spaghetti. Juan Luciano, what's going on? Good to see you again, man. No problem. No, anytime, man. We enjoy hanging out with you guys. Juan. Jan says, I'll send you some. I've got two friends in Texas, and every time they visit, they go to Skyline. Oh, well, hey, I wouldn't mind. Look, I'm all about trying new stuff. Aldo says, en grupos. Britt, what is your favorite color? Me personally, Britt, I don't know. I like black, honestly. Not race. I'm talking about the color. I like to wear a lot of black, like black T-shirts. Contrary to what I'm wearing today. Wearing white, but I like wearing black. I got a mouth from my John says spaghetti, Tabasco sauce, onions, beans, cheese, and chili. Yeah, that sounds like a northerner food. Like 'cause it's always cold. You think you need some warm, something chili to warm you up. You know, here in Texas. So where I'm at, we're like I'm in Central Texas, so we have a very strong um, Mexican influence. So my go-to, caldo, um, guisada, things like that, were beef tips with gravy and tortillas. I mean, my wife loves quesadillas. We're all about that kind of food. We have other stuff here too, but I'm just saying I think it's easy to get a taco. And when I say taco, that's the other thing. Here where I'm at, when we say taco, we know what we're talking about. Other folks will hear when you say taco, they think of Taco Bell. They think of this hard, you know, corn shell with meat in the bottom and like lettuce and tomatoes on top with cheese, right? But when we say taco, we're oftentimes referring to like a flour tortilla and like if it's breakfast taco, you're having a flour tortilla with eggs, or you have bean and cheese in a flour tortilla, or potato and egg, or chorizo. That's what we're talking about, right? So all you Texans that heard all those words, what I'm saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. Chorizo and egg. George says, "Don't mess with Texas and that Rottweiler. Wish one day I have one, a beautiful one." Oh, thanks, George. You gotta get you one. Jan Richard says, "I'm sure y'all have authentic Mexican." Yeah, we love it here when it comes to the food. No way, Brits is no way. Texan Mexican. Aldo, do you guys have Cancun? Um, I like to go to Cancun. Is that a dish or something? Is that Cancun? When I think of Cancun, I think of the town in Mexico, the beautiful town in Mexico. You live in Hawaii, please come down. Seriously, Britt, I would love to. It's weird. I've never been to Hawaii, so you guys have a Cancun. I mean, I'm in Central Texas, so we are. You got to take a boat to get to Cancun or a flight to get to Cancun. Base says differentiate e over x equal respect to x. So base that is where I remember those days. Don't get me wrong. I remember differentiating equations and stuff like that. I remember that. But do I remember how to do that? No, sir. that is long gone. And I'm sure I'm gonna have to. So my daughter is gonna be going into classes where she's doing more calculus, and so I'm gonna have to revisit that to to be help to her. But I always support my kids. Both of my kids, when they're in high school, I try to relearn everything with them because it's what I'm saying, it's that I don't want to get too political. I don't want to get off topic, but I will say, guys, it helps to have for your kids to see you interested in education, see you interested in the topics because the school system is like they see it as something different. They're like, oh, it's school, and then when I'm at home, I'm at home. But no, the things that you learn in school are applicable to real life. And I think if as parents, if you actually exemplify that and show them, hey, yeah, you know what, calculus can be useful. Here's how I use it. That's I think that's helpful. It brings meaning to it. It's just not something that goes in one ear and out the other. So yeah, so I enjoy actually going through all those stuff with my kids, and rehashing all the stuff that I learned when I was in high school or in college. Britt says the Mexican food is bad. Alice is a Mexican food spot. George, shout out, shout out to Costa Rica. George, are you in Costa Rica? Muhammad says good. Jeff Elliott, chemistry has changed. Bohr's anatomy is no longer applicable. Bohr's atom, I'm sorry, is no longer applicable. Ooh, take me back, man. Take me back. Bohr's atom. What is that? Remind me. I think of an atom, and I think of protons, neutrons, and electrons. That's where I'm at right now. the 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 protons and the neutrons are in the nucleus. That's what I remember, and I remember that's how you get the atomic number, right? No, I'm sorry. The atomic number is the number of protons, right? And then is that correct? Y'all help me out. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Chemistry exchange. Okay. So how you doing, Mohammed? And then Aldous is right. How did you learn which organisms cause which disease and pathology? Um, so that's just so microbiology is one of those things that you just have to learn, dude. So microbiology is in and of itself a whole field of study. But as it relates to pathology, though, you know, organisms are very regional. So we think of certain diseases depending on where you are in the country, and histologically, which is where my field is obviously I'm looking at the histology of it. There's a histological component, but for the most part nowadays it's like I can identify you know your fungal, your bacterial type stuff, but we have molecular techniques to help identify cultures, and then y'all see how he put his whole mouth over her neck. Yeah, we have PCR now that can tell you exactly what organism you're dealing with. Top of the morning. Welcome down, Ram, Mr. Well Enough. Top of the morning to you. Salute. Aldo, how the ears get like that, brother? Sorry, I always wanted to ask your owner. No, you're talking about his ears being cropped. So that was done at the breeder. And then, of course, her ears are not cropped, and then her ears are not cropped. Her ears, she's not cropped or docked. She's just the way she was born, and so but yeah, docking. I mean, not docking, but cropping the ears of a conchocorso is somewhat of a Taq polymerase. Yes, denaturation, annealing, extension. Okay, you're talking about PCR, my friend. Wave function. Okay, woo. We're getting deep into. I, my field is not microbiology. I know all those phrases. I know exactly what you. I did all that in college. Dude, can you get out of the dirt, please? I love you playing ball, but can you get out of the dirt here? Come here. PCR. Yes, sir. Missy to the rescue. Aldo got a thumbs up. Jan Richards, my boxer can't wasn't cropped but was docked. Yeah, so that's kind of like her, right? She's not cropped, but she's docked. Yeah, so based, I wish you were here when we were talking about evolution. And I was talking about how that humans share our genome with other animals like the chimpanzees. We're like 96% the same as a chimpanzee. And I was trying to explain how that, and I'm not doing the best job, guys, because I'm not a biology teacher. I just took biology in college, and that was years ago. Okay, so it was nice to have. It's nice to have people that are very, very knowledgeable. They're either studying that stuff now or they teach that thing. Because that's honestly, that's in my mind, that's the only way to really truly know that information. Because it's too much to know unless you're a genius. And there are people with incredible capacities to memorize things and regurgitate them. I just don't have that ability. I know what I know to do my job, right? But but it's nice having people that do that for a living because they can chime in and help explain those things. Once my teacher asked me to tell him the name of any prokaryotic organism, I failed, but now I'm going to college and I'll be a doctor in 5 years. Oh, nice, base. What kind of doctor are you trying to go for? Britt Gardner, we do, and people hate to talk about it. About evolution, yeah, I know, Britt. That's why I tried to break it down because I was trying to say, it's not some scary because people like, just like make these blanket statements because they believe a certain way, and I'm like, I'm not concerned about how you believe. You believe whatever you want. I'm just letting you know that we do know that we share 96% the same when it comes to genes of a chimpanzee, and we share even less depending on how far apart we are in relation to whatever organism you or whatever animal you're referring to. So that's not hard to conceive. Now, the implications of that, you may not want to receive that, you may not want to accept that we are closely related to chimpanzee, but it is what it is, and no opinion is required, right? Welcome down says the mammalian species share a lot with each other. Exactly, right? Which one listened to command? Aldo, she's better than he is. I show that a couple of times, when especially when the neighbors come out of the yard there and on this side, I'm always trying to get them to follow my commands because that's the ultimate for me. That's the ultimate test. Can you come to me when you want to go bark at the neighbors? That is the most. That's the highest drive that you have right now. And if you can come to me, more often than not, she will turn around and come to me, but he won't. So that's something I have to work on. And so Base is saying a few things. He's saying Darwin, yes, I do believe in Darwinian evolution. Um, no, I don't believe. I recognize Darwinian evolution and gene flow, Hardy Weinberg, equilibrium. Okay, so you're just putting out some words out there, Based. Yes, I'm in Costa Rica and love watching your Roddy. Thank you, George. Keep on, keep on. Thank you. I appreciate you, George, for hanging out. Convergent evolution, yes, sir. Ryder Williams, look behind you. What? What? Am I missing something? Did I miss something? Homologous and analogous organs. Yes. Wipe them down. That's dope, bro. Keep grinding. Salute. Yeah, I mean, base. Yeah, so I'm interested in wanting to know what kind of doc base said. Did you tell me already what kind of doc you're trying to be? Oh, and I know. So this is what I do know, based. I think India, y'all have a different kind of track when it comes to becoming a physician. Like you trying to be a physician, right? Is that what you said? What? What's behind me? What am I missing? Are y'all seeing something I'm missing? Aldo? What? I mean, you you technically could be seeing something that I'm missing. So let me know. Yeah, I want to know based what kind of doc you were planning on being. Yeah, I've heard that you guys can do like college and med school at the same time over in India. The only other thing is if you ever come to America, I think America requires people to, repeat certain things that you've already done. And for certifications, and I kind of understand why. I mean, if you are practicing here in the States or whatever, everyone has to take a certain amount of tests. Everybody has to take the same. There has to be some proof that you have a certain amount of knowledge required to do your job, and that's not just for medicine. That's for other things as well. So I can understand, but it does seem weird. I know it's like rough. Like, hey man, I've already done this in a different country, but here in America, they want you to say, prove to them, yes, you understand this information. Jan says, I concur. I cannot comprehend trying to own a tiger or a lion. Like, why? They're always going to be wild animals. Not to mention the smell of urine and small cat is bad. A big cat, no thank you. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, right? We were talking about taming somebody or taming a larger animal. Like, I just don't think that that's a good idea. Like, these guys you can kind of get away with. They're big, but you can really, you can work with them, get them to be the way you want. So, first 5.5 years, we will be having to study everything like anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, microbiology, and this is college and medical school together, correct? I'll try for neurosurgery. Okay, nice, nice. My son has a friend whose father is a neurosurgeon, and here in the states, and let me tell you, my son has had incredible opportunities being friends with, and they're not friends because of that. But I'm just saying he's done a lot of cool stuff with the neurosurgeons in the sun. No, trying to stop him. Back, back. I tried to stick my leg out there, but no, that was okay. That was okay. That was okay. But I tried to stick my leg out to stop him from going over there. So that's the behavior I'm trying to work on. I'm like, every time the neighbor comes out, he's got to go. Like, no, you don't have to go. She stayed there. She stayed pretty. She know that I didn't want her to do it, so she stayed. But he, not so much. So what I may do for that behavior is when we're out, I may put on a collar with him, and then get a long. Come here, big girl. See, she turns around pretty quickly, and she responds to big girl as well as Storm. So that's my nickname for her. So he has like a billion nicknames, and they respond to him. But yes, I'm gonna put a collar on him and put a long rope. So whenever he takes off running, he's gonna get the feeling that he can go past me, and when he least expect it, that rope is gonna bring him back, and I'm gonna give him that negative reinforcement that you're not allowed to run away from me when I say stop. You know, until he gets that message down pat. You know, and then what I want to do is say, okay, now that you've done that, I'll let you go. I'll let you go hang out and play as long as you don't cause any trouble. You're not barking. You're not causing, kicking up too much dirt or whatever. But when I say so. So he still has not learned that lesson, y'all. So again, that translates to a lot of things too. Okay, so back to what we were talking about. It will take 12 years total, and I'm 18 now. I'll be 30 by then. Yeah, man. Medical career is a long, long road, right? It takes a long time to get there, but it's very rewarding when you do get there because not many people can do what you do. A neurosurgeon, think about that. Who has the skill to open up your brain skull, your cranium, and to actually operate on a brain, take out a tumor or correct a vascular malformation, and still retain as much function that your brain could have. You know what I'm saying? That's an amazing skill. It takes a long time to learn to do that, so you get heavily paid for it. Aldo's laughing. Yuppie, that's for the next video. Yeah, I need to do that in the next video. I think I will. I'll go ahead and put a collar on him, and then because I have a long string for that to demonstrate that or to actually learn that or teach that rather. So that may be what I'll do next time. Just show on camera how and it may look a little weird because when he's gonna think that he's free, and that string is gonna pop back on him. But that's the negative enforcement. The other thing I can do is use one of those e-collars, and that'll do the same thing where I can give him feedback from a distance. Here up close, I can kind of, I can nudge him or whatever, give him negative feedback with my hand or my knee or whatever. But if he's away from me, he thinks that once he thinks in his mind, he's like, if I'm away from him, he can't tell me to come back. He can't get me. But with having that rope on him, I can give him feedback even from here, even though if he's far away, as long as the rope is not, long enough, I can give him feedback. And that's going to give him the sensation, oh, dad has the power to make me behave even if I'm, away from him. Again, that's what the e-collar is good for too. It's the same idea, giving your dog that direction they need when they think that they've got it made, when they think they can continue to go. So right now, the thing I'm doing, I'm just running over there and trying to stop him with, because he's realizing that, hey, dad can run fast and he can stop me. But I'm trying to, I don't want to even have to run. I should be able to tell you stop and you stop, you know. Now, thank goodness this is all a safe environment. I'm doing this all in the back confines of my backyard. I'm not in some situation where he's about to go attack somebody in the streets or go have a fight with a dog. But that's where all the education comes in. It all comes in here at home, so that whenever we are out, he obeys me when I ask him to. The last thing I need is for him to break free from his collar, and we're at the grocery store somewhere, and he wants to go, you know, go play with some other dog and scare everyone else in the store. Okay, yeah. So Jan was saying when you do that, I was going to suggest using the pinch collar, and not using the shock collar. Yeah, I think Jan, I think we had the conversation before. We talked about how sometimes people misuse the um, the shock collars. In my understanding, and I don't have one currently, or if I do have one, it's probably stored away. Um, but you want to give minimal amount of shock. You're not trying to injure your dog. The point is not to injure. The point is to give them the impression that you have the power, uh, even from a distance. Not to give them feedback, not to injure the dog. The goal is never to injure your dog. It's to give them feedback. So let me see. I'm gonna put this battery on here. Yeah, they're just. All right, there we go. Do they teeth fall out often? No, although I've never seen my dog's teeth fall out. No, they're pretty stable. Base says, "Do you have an Indian friend? If yes, then ask him to take you to India for traveling. It is fun." So, based, I have lots of Indian friends. Um, I love them so dearly. Like I have, like one of my best friends through education um, was from South India, and I just have had a lot of friends from India. I love Indian food. You don't understand. That is probably one of my favorite food. We were talking about food earlier, but if you give me some tikka masala or some naan bread or some, I'm just you got me. I love Indian food. Curry is just so delicious, y'all. Oh man, that's usually my go-to when my wife will ask me what I want for my birthday. I usually say, let's go to an Indian restaurant. That is how much I love Indian food. But yeah, I would love to go there. I work with someone right now whose family lives in India, and so she visits India occasionally. Yeah, Jan, I think neutering has had a positive impact, but I think my and I do think he's a lot more calm than he was earlier. I think my wife wanted him to be neutered sooner, and uh, and I think he would have been even better. I think she was right about that. But the issue was I was trying to make sure, because there's some literature out there that says that the dogs need to benefit from their hormones longer than we think, and like it's good for like their bones and helps them with reducing their risk of like bone cancers and stuff like that. So there's some literature that supports not uh, doing that and letting them keep their hormones. So I tried to split the difference and say give him hormones for about a year and a half, and then but yeah, some of those aggressive behaviors and dominance issues and marking and all that stuff probably would have been completely solved with having him neutered earlier. But because there's a lot of sexual frustration that I think he feels. Because Storm is not about it. She's not. She doesn't want. She's not interested in taking any sexual advancements from him. She's like, no means no. And so he was frustrated. He was super frustrated. Aldo says, I love your pool, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We had this built 2 years ago. This is a weird, it's called a bio design pool. And don't see them very often. But they're kind of hard to maintain. I will say they're super hard because the walls are very porous. And what happens is algae gets deep in here. Let me show you real quick. See how it like goes into the walls? The algae goes deeper into your pool, and it makes it harder to maintain. Base says also helps with testicular cancer. Yeah, that's what I mean. So a lot of people know about the benefits of having the hormones. So I was trying to split the difference with that, but it's like, dang, his head is enormous compared to hers. Yeah, he's got a big head. You got a big head, boy. Aldo crew. Why should I eat at what should I eat at an Indian restaurant? Everything. Never been there. Eat everything. I'm telling you, Aldo, eat everything. Has not been I'm a vegetarian. Everything, meat, everything the Indian food has to offer. Please try it. You will not be disappointed. Get all the naan. Get garlic naan. Get regular naan. Get whatever you can. The spinach with the cream. Oh, delicioso. Um, yes, get it all, man. Get it all. Go to an Indian buffet where you can pick and choose and get as much as you want, and that'll be your. Okay. All right. So Base is chiming in. Just ask them for non-butter chicken. Order anything with naan or some roti. Yeah, get you some roti on there. Woo! You will be in heaven. At least that's the way I see it, because I love Indian food. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I've had nothing but positive interactions with people. Now I will say this: I met most people that I know from India are typically in the same career field as I am, and we all tend to be some fairly cool people. Without sounding too prideful, we're all some cool people. So all my friends that are from India are just wonderful people. I've not met one single person from India that I thought was not cool. I mean, they were just awesome. Have they ever jumped in the pool? Yes, they will. I mean, she loves it. She jumps in the pool on the drop of the hat. Like she'll jump in there. If I asked her to now, she would be in there right now. Um, but like I said earlier, the thing about it is that this pool is so hard to maintain its chemistries with the chlor. I mean, it's beautiful now, but if if the phosphates go too high, the algae, which you can kind of, if you see closely, you can see a little bit of like an algae ring there. It just starts blooming, and then next thing you know, your pool's all cloudy, whatever. So I try not to let them jump in there too much because it knocks off the phosphate levels. But which is one of the downsides of having this bio design type pool, whatever. But anyway, it's nice. It's fun to have, but it's a lot of work. A lot of work. All those being thankful for the Indian food advice. Yes, I would definitely recommend it. You will be hooked. I love the little what are they like empanadas, or they're like these little packets. They're like crispy dough packets, and inside of it's like this vegetables and what is it called? Y'all help me out. What is it called with the little triangular things it's filled with vegetables and what is it called? Those are so good. Juan Jan says your dog. I'm sorry, the sun's blocking the screen here. Your dogs make your personal crime rate much lower too. They definitely do that. They definitely do that. Um, yeah, we don't really worry too much about crime out here. Yeah, that's one of the nice things about being in the suburbs of the cities, is that people don't like to drive way out here to steal your stuff. It happens. Don't get me wrong. It still happens no matter what. Humans are humans, right? They will come out and do, and that's what I was talking about earlier about poverty. People that are with their backs against the wall, they're kind of like their rationale is like, why should I have to care about you when I have such terrible problems myself? You can always afford to get, clearly you got a pool, so that means you can afford to replace whatever I steal from you. Obviously there are people. that say, well, that's still evil. Stealing is stealing. You know, I work for this. You know, I worked many, many years. You know, I'm on that based uh, track. You know what I'm saying? Been at this for a while. So just because I've done all the work to earn this doesn't give you the right to take from me because I can get it again. You know. Although one of your next videos and one video should be on how they would react to you fake drowning. That would be interesting. All this is high C. Oh, Missy, 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 Missy. She's so cute. She's so cute. Look at her. Her and Storm are having a moment until Rain comes and messes it up. He's like, "Hey, nobody's gonna have fun if I'm not having fun." And he looks at me from behind. But yeah, I will. I think I'm gonna try to do that next time. Is have my little rope handy and put him on collar, and try to see if I can catch it on that negative feedback on camera, how I handle that because it's bothering me a lot. It happens a lot where he just, hey, hi Carly, samosa is a try. Oh yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. That sounds right, samosa. Is that am I pronouncing it right? Samosa. Whoa, we stayed all long enough for Duck to come back. Oh, they're running out of water. Hold on, guys. Let me get some more water. Oh, I think they got water in there. Okay, I was wondering. So, yeah, so Duck, we were talking about Indian food because I love Indian food. Missy wanted to go inside, y'all, so I let Missy inside the house. So we've got several ideas for our next stream is try maybe to have show some of that negative feedback with him with because he keeps running over there when I don't want him to. Like I don't really mind it. It's not that I don't mind him running over there and checking things out. I don't mind that at all. It's more about when I say tell you to stop and you don't do what I tell you to do. So that tells me that you have a stimulus greater than my command to you. And so my thing is I don't want any stimulus to be greater than my command. There shouldn't be anything greater than that, right? I don't care that there's another dog over there. I don't care that the neighbors are coming out their backyard. That does not give you the right to disrespect me. You know. Oh, Duck, we were talking about Mexican food earlier. I love Mexican food too. Maybe I'm just a foodie. I just love all kind of foods. But yeah, so the that skill, I feel strongly about teaching that because I need these big dogs, and in any situation, when I call you to come back, when I do recall, you need to come back for your own safety, for my safety, for other people's safety. So that skill is very important. You know, you can tell for the most part she's okay with it. I had to bend my knees on that one, y'all. I had to bend my knees. Hey, cut it out. Put my foot in between. Y'all cut it out. Cut it out. He's got so much energy, y'all. Here, let's see if they play tug of war real quick. Hey guys, you want to play tug of war? Yeah, there you go. Play tug of war. Oh, they don't have enough stimulus. There you go. Now that I'm shaking it around, all of a sudden they want it now. They're like, oh yeah, we got somebody in want to play with us. Jan says, I guess I'm spot on or somebody else is spot on. As long as it's edible, I love it. Tacos, Indian food, whatever is edible, I love it. That's where Missy gets it from. Gets it from me. Maybe they want the blue ball, but I think they want the challenge. They want to feel that tug. I've never had a German Shepherd based. I think they're cool dogs. My neighbor has a German Shepherd over there to the left, but they're cool dogs. But no, I never had one. It's funny because I was trying to talk to my wife about maybe taking a break after these dogs. Because I think dogs require. I love my dogs and I don't mind putting in the energy and time to make sure that they're safe and happy. But it takes a lot of work. So it would be nice to kind of like come home some days and just sit in front of the TV instead of saying, "Okay, hey doggies, let's go pee pee, let's go play, let's get some, are y'all safe? Everything's happy, everything's good." I love them, but I'm just saying that I could go for a couple months or maybe a year just not having dogs for a minute. Jen says, "Oh, diabolical. Hey, I've seen you before. Who's the oldest? She's older than he is." Greek CEPT says, "Bruh, your dogs look great. Thank you." Well, whose teeth are bigger? Can you show? Yeah, this guy's teeth is the bigger. If he lets me, he's not gonna let me do it. He's not gonna let me off. Look at the guy's teeth, massive teeth. Compare that to her teeth. She's got some big teeth, but homeboy's teeth are much bigger. I don't know if y'all saw that, but his teeth are much bigger. Jan, my folks have a boxer years back and was chasing a female dog that was in heat down the. Yeah, exactly. My mom opened the door, opened the storm door, and yelled, "Dusty, halt!" And he stopped as fast as his kid. Yes, Jan, that is what I'm after. That's exactly what I'm after. Even if there's a dog in heat, running, just trotting around, just showing her butt off left and right. If I tell you to stop, I need you to stop. That's where I want to be at. Duck says, love me a Dorito snack. To be honest with you, the Mexican ones are the cheap, the not the chip. Um, you talking about like Taco Bell type stuff, Duck? Yes. So Jan is supporting the idea that they should come first. I firmly believe that. Jan writes so much. You could be a writer. No, Jan is awesome. I appreciate her. Big teethers, small teethers. I'm sorry. I just found this station in the door large dogs. This I'll let you enjoy as much as I have. Thank you for this station. No, Jen. No, I appreciate it. I don't mind. No, no. Keep writing. No, she's not criticizing. She's just acknowledging. Nope. See, I could tell that the neighbors just let their dogs out. So I'm here with him so I can give him feedback. But I want that feedback to occur over there. You know what I'm saying? Jan's awesome. I appreciate her. She's contributed a lot to the station and the channel. So I'm glad you found us. No, no, no. You're not boring anybody, Jan. Everything you've said has been just spot on. I've enjoyed having you on. Same with Doug, man. She's awesome. Jessica Johnson. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, everyone says everyone noticed that. Yeah, that's no, no. I think what happens is, guys, is the text, and the same thing with texting your friends and family, whatever. Text only it doesn't convey the entire emotion of what you're trying to say sometimes. So you're limited. So oftentimes you'll say one thing, you don't mean it that way. So don't want to take text or messages like that as see, he's interested. It doesn't necessarily mean negative. So it's just sometimes the connotation is missed. Jessica Johnson, you got 5 dogs. Yeah, exactly. Texting can be tricky because you say one thing and someone interprets it way differently. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. What kind of dogs are there, Jessica? Yeah. See, we have 3, and I think that's enough. I mean, people always ask, do you want to get more? No. All I hear is more responsibility, more teaching, which is fine if I was retired. But y'all, I still work, and there's some days I'm dead tired, and I have to come in, give them love, give them their food, make sure they're okay, and I'm heading off to bed. Same thing with wifey, man. She's just as busy. She's more busy than I am. Oh, yeah. Duck says she lost her another family dog. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, they're just mixed dogs. Okay, that's cool. That's cool, Jessica. Yeah, Duck. We we've been crying half the half of the stream. We were crying about, And one time, one guy just lost his dog like the day before. Like he was in serious. I forgot it was Carl was his name. I forgot what his name is. And we just spent pretty much the whole stream just supporting Carl, getting him through. See how he's not paying attention. Try to get his attention. Nope. Eyes on me. Hey. No. Sit. Sit. See this? See how he's not paying attention to me? That's not what I want. I want him looking at me. Hey. Ah. See, he's still not doing it. This is a lack of training right here. See, he's still more interested in what's behind me and he's not looking at me. Okay, now that was kind of a look. Hey, rain. Rain. See how much it took? That's not good, y'all. See, Storm is intently looking at me. That's where she needs to be looking at me, but he's not. We got work to do, y'all. I've been seeing that, but yeah. So you gotta watch out for that, guys. So when your dog is like still not paying attention to you when you're directly getting his attention, see, like I'm in front of him, directly in front of him, and he's still concerned. And so he's sitting, but he's still not paying attention to me. His eyes are not fixed on me at all. Rain. There it is. That's where it should have been the whole time. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yeah, that's a good boy. But so that's the problem for me. Now he's way too interested. Now he's trying to jump on me. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Whoa, I didn't say jump. Sit. Y'all, he is out of control. Rain. Rain. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Come here. Come here, Stormy. You're going to go inside the house because Rain needs. I may have to do this, cut the live stream off, and I'm going to work with him because he's got me concerned. Here, come here. So she's going inside. It's going to be me and Rain. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to train this looking at me phase, right? So as he's looking at me, I'm giving him positive feedback. Come here. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Come here. Over here. Nope. No jumping. Rain. Sit. Good boy. He barely made eye contact. Sorry guys, I'm not keeping up the comment because he's got me concerned about his behavior right now. Come here. Come here, Rain. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. Nope, no jumping. So I'm pushing him away when he jumps. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Now I'm going to put my hand up so he doesn't jump. Rain. Good boy. Good boy. Come here. Come here. Rain, come. Come here. Sit. Good boy. So, yeah, so I'm going to do a lot of this, y'all. Sorry, I'm behind on the comments, so. Okay. You can play now. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, you can play now, buddy. Go get it. Okay, now let me catch up with the comments because that was, to me, that's important to have that. That's the beginning of training for that behavior. It's okay. We want to see what you're doing. Yeah, I just that concerns me. If I'm telling you in directly in your face and you're looking away behind me, or you try to find your way around, I'm not the most important thing to you. And my goal is, no, you need to understand that I am the most important thing. So I took away his distractions. I took away Storm. Missy's not out here. My neighbor's not out here. Or actually he is. Maybe that's why he kept looking. So that's my neighbor's dog right there. That's why he was looking around me. Come here. Come here. See that? See how long that's inappropriate. Come here. Come. Come on. That's inappropriate. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a little bit more. We're gonna up the ante a little bit more. I'm gonna make him sit right in front of these dogs. So he's interested. Come here. Come here. Come. Come here. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. We're gonna go closer. Come here. Come here. Come here, Rain. Come here. Come. Sit. Uh. Nope. Nope. Rain. Rain. No, see, he's distracted. He is. Rain. Nope. No, sir. Come here. Rain. Come here. He's actually, I think he's hot being in the sun. Come here. Come here. Come. He doesn't want to come in the sun, but still, he needs to come when I ask him to. Come here. Come on. Come on. Okay. Come on. Sit. So that was kind of an aggressive way of what I'm doing here. It didn't hurt him, but he was fighting. That's still bad. That's still very, very bad. Come. Come here. So this is not good. So he's going to go inside now, guys, because this is not acceptable behavior. Yeah, that wasn't, I was very tough with him, but that's not hurting him because he's not obeying me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to either use like you're saying, Dan, use a pinch collar. It's the same thing that I just did with my hand, but not having to use your hand to do it. Get him that negative reinforcement. Yeah, it's too hot, but I want him to push past whatever barrier he is and obey. So we're gonna have to do some extra work on that. But yeah, he'll get it. I'll keep working with him. The other thing it'd be nice to have is some treats to give him some more positive, because everything I just did was more negative. I like to do more positive stuff too, so he has a stronger drive. But eventually that needs to come directly from my commands. Look, if I ask you to come, regardless of what's behind us, you need to come. So, but we'll work on that. So right now I'm gonna let him go inside the house, and we'll work on it. Oh, you were talking about the dogs behind me earlier. Yeah, that's the reality, guys. You got to make sure your dogs are following commands, and you got to do whatever it takes to get them to get there. Obviously, don't hurt your dog. That's not my mission. My mission is not to hurt him, but you do need to get that, whether it's a negative feedback or positive feedback. Get the behavior going. Once the behavior is there, I'm happy. He can do what he can be a good dog. We'll be a happy family. But right now, we're not there. Okay. Y'all, everybody, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank y'all for hanging out with us, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all have a wonderful day. See y'all.